Kill Bill didn't slowly rise into the spotlight. One day, most people outside the west side of Chicago didn't even know his name. The next, he was everywhere. On timelines, in comment sections, in interviews, and at the center of some of the wildest rumors coming out of the city. Depending on who you ask, Kill Bill is either one of the most dangerous figures still walking free, or just another rapper whose reputation grew faster than the facts. Today, we're breaking down the real story, where Kill Bill comes from, how his name got tied to so much bloodshed, and whether the image surrounding him is reality, or hype that spiraled out of control. Where Kill Bill comes from. Kill Bill is from the west side of Chicago, an area that's been locked in non-stop cycles of retaliation for decades. He's associated with a set called Baby T Blood Gang, also known as BTBG. But BTBG wasn't always called that. Back in the day, the group went by Oskino Gang. That all changed after a member named Baby T was killed. After his death, the group renamed themselves in his honor, and according to people from the area, that moment marked a shift. The crew became more aggressive, more active, and much more visible to their enemies. This wasn't just about territory anymore. It became personal. Before the streets. What makes Kill Bill's story interesting is that the streets weren't always his plan. Growing up, he played basketball and football. He was active, athletic, and focused on sports. By his own words, he really thought that was his way out. But things changed when someone close to him told him the truth, at least from their perspective. They told him he was too small to ever make it professionally. That moment stuck. Instead of doubling down on sports, Kill Bill slowly became more involved in street life. Not overnight. Not instantly. But step by step, the streets started pulling him in. And then his little brother followed. KJ, the turning point. Kill Bill's younger brother, KJ, hopped off the porch at an extremely young age. According to Kill Bill, KJ was already deeply involved while still a teenager, and quickly became a major target. BTBG had enemies everywhere on the west side, especially crews connected to Ghost Mob and Fro Gang. Kill Bill has publicly claimed that KJ put in serious work against rival sets before he even turned 16. A lot of people don't believe those claims. But here's what is clear. KJ was considered active, and the ops wanted him gone. Despite all of this, KJ was still going to school. He was living two lives at once. In September 2022, things nearly boiled over when KJ was involved in a serious incident at school related to ongoing beef. After that, Kill Bill tried to step in. He told his brother to transfer schools, to get away from the environment, to move smarter. KJ didn't listen. And a few months later, he was killed outside his school. Kill Bill later revealed that he was actually on the phone with KJ moments before it happened, trying to convince him to come over that day. He didn't know that conversation would be the last time he ever heard his brother's voice. No one was ever officially charged for KJ's murder. But in the streets, most fingers pointed toward Fro Gang. That loss changed everything. After KJ, Kill Bill's name explodes. Before KJ's death, Kill Bill already had a reputation. After it, his name started showing up everywhere. People began tying him to shooting after shooting. Some rumors sounded believable. Others sounded impossible. But once your name is hot in Chicago, it doesn't cool down easily. Kill Bill allegedly became much more active after losing his brother. At the same time, his music started picking up traction, which only added fuel to the fire. His lyrics were dark, aggressive, and specific enough that people thought he was admitting to things. Some fans accused him of self-snitching. Others said he was just rapping. Kill Bill denied being responsible for certain killings, hinted at others, and sometimes made comments that blurred the line between truth and trolling. Whether intentional or not, It kept his name in constant circulation. Beefs, rumors, and controversy. As Gill Bill's name grew, so did the controversy. People accused BTBG of having no regard for bystanders. There were rumors about innocent people being hurt. There were stories with no proof, but repeated so often they started to sound real. Gill Bill didn't help his image either. In one interview, he admitted to putting his hands on an older woman who disrespected him, saying he tweaked in the moment. Clips like that made people believe he was spiraling. Online, some even accused him of devil worship based on lyrics and visuals in his music, claims that he never clearly confirmed or denied. At this point, Gill Bill wasn't just a rapper. He was a character, and everyone had an opinion. Enter DMG Lil Deuce. Everything changed again when Gill Bill linked up with DMG Lil Deuce around 2020. At the time, Gill Bill wasn't even fully focused on rapping. But he and Lil Deuce locked in at the studio, started hanging around each other non-stop, and eventually formed their own movement called DMGG. They dropped music together, including the track Footprints, and Gill Bill started gaining buzz outside his neighborhood. That connection also brought him around Lil Zay Osama. Lil Zay was already a known name in Chicago rap, and his cosign mattered. When Lil Zay brought Gill Bill out at shows and showed public support, Gill Bill's profile jumped instantly. But that exposure also dragged him into new beefs that had nothing to do with his original block. Lil Deuce and the chaos that followed. Lil Deuce himself was surrounded by rumors. People claimed he was extremely active in the streets while also dealing with severe injuries that made his lifestyle even more shocking. When Lil Deuce was killed, everything fell apart. Old situations resurfaced. Former allies turned into enemies. Bodies from years ago suddenly mattered again. In 2025, Lil Deuce was shot and killed after checking in at a required registry office. The timing led many to believe someone knew exactly where he'd be. Gill Bill later said he was on his way to another funeral when he got the call that Lil Deuce had been shot. Before he could process it, he got confirmation that his friend was gone. Rumors exploded immediately. Backdoor theories. Setups. Internal betrayals. Nobody knows the truth. Now, the crossroads. Today, Gill Bill is bigger than ever online. People say he's up double digits. Others say there's zero proof behind most of the bodies attached to his name. Law enforcement is almost certainly watching closely. At the same time, the industry is noticing him. Big artists have liked his posts. Major collaborations are being talked about. Gill Bill is at a crossroads. If he locks in on music, stays focused, and avoids feeding into the rumors, he could genuinely make it out. We've seen it happen before. But if the streets keep pulling him back, and if the image becomes more important than survival, his story could end the same way as so many others from the city. Right now, Gill Bill's name is buzzing louder than ever. The only question left is, will he outgrow the reputation, or will it swallow him whole? If you want next, Part 2. Even longer cinematic version. Short style narration.